Welcome back, football fans, to another episode filled with bold predictions and deep analysis. Today, we're diving into 5 fascinating fixtures across the football world, each with its own story, rhythm, and emotion. We've got Al Nassr taking on Al Ittihad in a fierce Saudi clash that could define momentum for both sides. In Portugal, Sporting CP welcome Alverca in a match that looks one-sided on paper, but football is never that simple. Then, we head to Italy where Lecce meet Napoli, a battle between resilience and power. Over to Wales, where Wrexham face Cardiff in a fiery domestic contest that promises drama and emotion. And finally, an English showdown as Wycombe host Fulham, a classic meeting between ambition and control. Each of these matches holds weight. Whether it's for pride, position, or momentum, every kick matters. We'll look at tactics, energy, and mentality, everything that could decide these results. So sit back, relax, and let's break down the 5 biggest football predictions of the week. Al Nassr vs Al Ittihad. Predicted score, 2-0. Prediction, Al Nassr win. We begin with one of the most highly anticipated clashes in Saudi football, Al Nassr vs Al Ittihad. This fixture has everything: rivalry, history, and passion. It's more than a game, it's a statement of who's truly on top right now. Al Nassr come into this one with confidence. They're composed in possession, creative going forward, and disciplined without the ball. What makes them dangerous isn't just talent, it's the way they combine aggression and patience. They can control a game through midfield dominance, yet explode in transition when the moment arrives. Al Ittihad, on the other hand, have pride on their side. They're well-structured defensively and know how to frustrate opponents. Expect them to sit deeper early on, absorb pressure, and try to hit on the counter. But here's the difference: Al Nassr's ability to sustain pressure and move the ball side to side until gaps appear. Once they find rhythm, they're incredibly hard to stop. Their passing triangles, quick switches of play, and composure around the box make them lethal. This won't be a high-scoring affair, Al Ittihad are too disciplined for that, but it's the type of match Al Nassr should control from start to finish. One early goal could open things up, and by the final whistle, their quality and tempo should make the difference. Final prediction, Al Nassr 2, Al Ittihad 0. A confident home win built on structure, patience, and precision. Sporting CP vs Alverca. Predicted score, 2-0. Prediction, Sporting CP win. Next, we move to Portugal, where Sporting CP face Alverca. On paper, this might look like a mismatch. Sporting CP are one of Portugal's most organised and attack-minded sides, while Alverca are still developing their rhythm at this level. But football has taught us one thing: no game is ever truly easy. Sporting CP will take control early. Expect them to dominate possession, stretch the pitch wide, and press high up the field. Their system relies on fluid movement, fullbacks pushing forward, midfielders interchanging positions, and relentless energy without the ball. Alverca's strategy will likely revolve around resilience. They'll defend deep, stay compact, and rely on fast transitions whenever they get the chance. Their objective will be to hold off the early pressure and frustrate Sporting as long as possible. The problem is sustainability. Against a team like Sporting, it's not just about surviving 20 or 30 minutes, it's about maintaining focus for the entire 90. One lapse, one missed clearance, and Sporting usually punish you. By the second half, Sporting's tempo tends to rise. They wear opponents down gradually, not by chaos, but by rhythm and repetition. This should be a professional performance, measured, controlled, and clinical. Final prediction, Sporting CP 2, Alverca 0. A composed victory, with Sporting asserting control from start to finish. Lecce vs Napoli. Predicted score, 0-1. Prediction, Napoli win. From Portugal, we head to Italy, Lecce against Napoli. This matchup has an intriguing dynamic. Lecce are tough at home, organised, and brave enough to press when opportunities arise. They've built a reputation for making life difficult for bigger sides, and they'll approach this one with exactly that mindset. Napoli, though, bring something different: control, experience, and patience. They're comfortable managing games that don't flow freely. Instead of rushing, they probe, they test, and they wait. Lex will likely begin with intensity, pressing high, feeding off crowd energy, and trying to disrupt Napoli's rhythm. But if Napoli survive that initial wave, the tide usually turns. They know how to slow the game, recycle possession, and look for the small openings that others miss. Expect Napoli to dominate possession without necessarily creating a flood of chances. This game could be tight and tense for long stretches, with both sides cancelling each other out in midfield. But class often finds a way through. A moment of clever movement or a well-executed set piece could be the difference. Napoli don't need to win by much, they just need control. Final prediction, Lex 0, Napoli 1. A disciplined, narrow victory that highlights Napoli's patience and tactical maturity. Wrexham vs Cardiff. Predicted score, 1-2. Prediction, Cardiff win. Next up, it's an all-Welsh showdown, Wrexham vs Cardiff. And make no mistake, this one's personal. For the fans, it's not just about points, it's about pride. When two Welsh sides meet, the energy in the stadium feels different. Every tackle matters, every chance feels massive. Wrexham have heart, and they'll come into this one full of belief. Their rise has been built on hard work, togetherness, and confidence. Expect them to go for it early, pressing high and feeding of home support. Cardiff, though, bring more experience and balance. They know how to manage these kinds of heated fixtures. Their structure is solid, tight at the back, composed in midfield, and efficient in attack. This one will be intense, physical, and emotionally charged. Wrexham might even take the lead early on through sheer determination. But Cardiff's control and organisation should shine through as the match progresses. By the second half, expect Cardiff to find their rhythm, calm under pressure, effective on the counter, and focused on small details. Final prediction, Wrexham 1, Cardiff 2. Cardiff take the win in a dramatic, hard-fought battle that reminds everyone why derbies are so unpredictable. Wycombe vs Fulham. Predicted score, 0-2. Prediction, Fulham win. And finally, we head to England, Wycombe vs Fulham. Two sides at very different stages of their footballing journeys, yet both with ambition and pride. Wycombe at home are fearless. They thrive on high energy, physical battles, and long spells of pressure. Expect them to play direct, contest every ball, and try to unsettle Fulham from the start. Fulham, however, bring a level of calm and class that should help them navigate that chaos. They're comfortable keeping the ball, working through the lines, and creating chances through patience. The key to this match will be tempo. Wycombe want it fast and frantic. Fulham want it steady and controlled. Whichever team imposes their rhythm first will likely determine the outcome. Over time, Fulham's possession play and organisation should wear Wycombe down. It might not be flashy, but it will be efficient. Expect long periods of Fulham keeping the ball, slowly moving it around, and waiting for openings. A goal in each half feels realistic, one from sustained pressure, another from catching Wycombe pushing too far forward. Final prediction, Wycombe 0, Fulham 2. A professional, comfortable performance that underlines Fulham's quality and composure. So, let's quickly recap all 5 predictions for this round. Al Nassr vs Al Ittihad 2-0, Al Nassr win. Sporting CP vs Alverca 2-0, Sporting CP win. Lex vs Napoli 0-1, Napoli win. Wrexham vs Cardiff 1-2, Cardiff win. Wycombe vs Fulham 0-2, Fulham win. 5 matches, 5 stories, each representing a different kind of challenge. From tactical control to emotional derbies, these games show how football can blend structure, passion, and unpredictability. Al Nassr looks strong and organised, capable of asserting dominance at home. Sporting CP should handle their test with control and maturity. Napoli might edge out a tight encounter through patience. Cardiff could prove experience wins derbies. And Fulham? Calm, composed, and clinical on the road. As always, these are predictions based on tactics, form, and mentality, but the beauty of football is that anything can happen. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to drop a like, comment and subscribe. See you.